Hello, welcome back. Thanks so much for tuning in. I have something a little bit different tonight. I've been, of course, covering a whole bunch of the CCL matches, but we are going to be heading over to NECC as we get to watch the team that I manage here. So Dalhousie Gold is going to be taking on BU White. We are in Division 4 of NECC. That is, of course, the National Esports Collegiate Conference here, and we are in week number 4 here, and Dal still looking to find our first win here in NECC. I'm super excited to get to be here for this one. I know that these players are very excited to be showcased as well, so let's get to meet the players here on the side of Dalhousie Gold. So our starting lineup here, it is going to be at Midnight and Mira on the DPS, Pokemaster on the tank, Maria and Carpton going to be starting out on those supports. Now, I do have one other player on the roster here. I'm going to do a quick little switcheroo over on the Carpton here to show you our flex player here. We do have Terragor, and he gave me a few heroes to select from, but we're going to go ahead and show him on the Ramatra here. Now, Terragor will most likely be coming in to play the support here, but very flexible player, so can play that tank if needed as well. Now, I do not have any roster information for the side of BU White, unfortunately, but we will get to meet the players as we head into the lobby here. We do know where we're going for map number 1. This is going to be a best of 5, so that's going to mean the first team to reach those 3 map wins is going to take the series here. So we are going to be getting started out on the only control map that seems to exist on my stream, at least. It's Lijiang Tower for map number 1, and we did have some hero bans come in as well. See, these are going to work the same way as CCL. There is going to be one ban that comes through from each team, and they will not be able to ban that hero out again for the duration of the series here. So for Lijiang Tower, it's an Emre ban that came in from BU White, and then a Zarya ban in response here for the side of Dalhousie Gold. And I mean, hey, we are ready to head into things already here. Let me stop yapping away. Let's get into this match as we are going to be starting out on Garden here. Get you some audio. All right, it's going to be the Ramatra composition here for the side of BU White. Already taking so much space, and this is the problem with playing into this Domina, is the Domina will get walked on a tiny little bit here. So it's going to be a triple kill here for BU White, pushing forward, instant claim of the point as well. Are we going to see an adjustment here from the side of Dalhousie Gold? Looks like no changes just yet here. We are going to have Midnight over on this Tracer, so it's all about trying to control an angle here. Wants to make a triangle with his team so that him and Mira are not playing on this same angle. It's a dive in from Lulu on this Vendetta. Ooh, burst it down though. Does not have that Zarya to give the bubble on over here. A little bit of stabilization happening here for Dalhousie Gold before they try to push onto this point. They are walking through this white room here, so gotta be very, very careful of Cinema Roll on this Reaper, and that is gonna be the Reaper finding the kill onto Midnight, trading out here as the reinforcements are going to arrive. Lulu is back into the fight with a vengeance here on the Vendetta. Nice right click there on the Carpton. Now the headshot does connect here from Mira, taking out the Moira, but there's the double kill from Lulu. Make it a 4K for the Vendetta here, and what a scary hero to be playing into here. Despite not having the Zarya, it is BU White making good with this Vendetta composition. Is going to be the Coalescence and the Annihilation ready to go here. But the rest of the ults coming online for this squad very shortly here. Some swaps out here. Pokemaster going to move over on to this Orisa. A little bit more staying power. It's going to be walked on as easily here. And then Midnight over on the Echo. So looking to use this beam to hit this tank down. It is the Coalescence to push in. Continue rush out from Maria, but it's too much damage here. The Coalescence doing all of that clean damage, and that is going to be another fight win here for the side of BU White. Pokemaster trying to get the health pack, not going to make a difference in the end here as we're approaching last fight territory here on Garden. big ults ready to go here for BU White, only to commit that Coalescence into the last fight. Early pick here from Midnight on this Echo, though, and looking to find a little something else. The Test does come through, so the overtime is happening here. Dalhousie need to keep somebody on the point. Mira gets taken down, so you're not going to be able to use that overclock. There's the Blossom, there's the beat. Throw all the ultimates that BU White have at Dalhousie Gold. And with overtime trickling down, that is going to be the first point of Lijiang, picked up by BU White here. It's not often that you get to see the Vendetta and the Reaper make an appearance in these compositions. Usually you are seeing kind of one or the other here, so this is a lot of burst damage for Dalhousie to try and deal with here, and I think that making the swap over onto the Orisa was definitely the right play. Unfortunately, all that burst damage is still going to put a lot of pressure onto your tank, and it is going to mean that those cooldowns get forced out a lot earlier, so it's harder to cycle, it's harder to stay involved in the fight for as long. We are going to head over to Control Center for our next map point here. The TP out for Dalhousie, the TP out for the side of BU White as well, but crucially, Midnight is going to stick on this Symmetra here, so you are going to be able to build up a lot of charge off of that Ramontra shield, and you're going to be able to hopefully beam down this Vendetta. No swaps for the side of BU White. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It is going to be a little bit of a brawl happening over on the side here. Nemesis form out, looking to take down that Symmetra, does not want Midnight to stay alive, and that is a big focus down onto that Sim. Keep her alive for long, gonna get that charge up and do way more damage in the fight here. And unfortunately, with Master falling, he's going to be all the staying power here for the side of Dalhousie pretty much gone. Nice little kill here for Carpton onto Lulu, but like that Vendetta is gonna have a whole lot of mobility to get back into the fight. A little Junkrat swap here. You can try something a little bit different if you're Dalhousie. Trying to find a way into things here. Now you're going to have a good way to try and control this white room here. Karma building up to the Coalescence. Going to be the first ult on the board here. The spear does connect on to Elo, but the follow-up not quite there for Dal. Looking to find an opening to find their way on to this point here. That's the opening they needed. Cinnamon Roll take it out here. Nemesis form is used early, and that's BU White getting aggressive. Going to trade out, but Lulu finding themselves just caught out on the edge. They're split from the rest of the team. The whole lesson has been committed here from Karma. Maria falling very, very low on this Kiriko. Ooh, has the smooth, but it is going to be the Moira that finds the better of that one. Pokemaster going to pay, get a little payback there for Maria, and the move from Carpton over onto Hemster. But point still in favor of BU White here. Looking to find the kill. Pokemaster going to do just that. MHC in a dream. Going to use this Terra Surge. Manages to pick up two fantastic Terra Surge coming out for the tank here on Dalhousie Gold, and gets that shield perk, so going to be able to get set up on this point, and here it is. It's the percentage building for the first time on Lijiang Tower here for Dalhousie. Don't have to commit that Terra Surge in here, but you do have Mira with this overclock ready to go. Carton is a little too aggressive there, and it is going to be the overclock out from Mira. Dal is trying to look for a quick trade in this fight. They want to be able to stabilize, but BU have just walked themselves into the white room, avoiding that damage from the Sojourn altogether. Annihilation on the field here for Elo. Looking to try and find one of these squishy targets. Maria is going to use the Kasune Rush first here. The support line now gone for BU White, but it's the Annihilation out from Elo, trying to delete the support line. It's deleted, which is a little too far. Excellent beat there from Carpton to keep the team alive. And it is the team kill coming through here for Dalhousie Gold, and building a little bit more percentage here. Well, Taxi coming through, as Midnight is going to have the Riptire ready to go, but otherwise it's a big commitment of ultimates in that fight from both teams. But BU White, it does have the better ult cycling coming online here. Hope Hamster going to have this beat ready to go, and this Sundering Blade absolutely terrifying from the Vendetta. Here's the Riptire out, looking for something, finding Cinnamoroll here, so that's a big chunk of damage now gone here for the side of BU White, and that's the aggression coming through from Dalhousie Gold. They want to follow up on this. They love to get a stagger kill. They are going to gain the lead here on Control Center. But support ultimate still online here for the side of BU White. Excellent late kill onto their Hadra. Pokemaster going to get that connection on the spear as well. And more space being gained here for Dalhousie. Terra Surge built up by Pokemaster. That's going to be a fantastic spot to try and use it. The boom comes through. Carton, though, not quite going to find all the distance that he's looking for. Here's the Sundering Blade coming out, looking for it. Wants to take down the tank. Not going to find the connection, though. Elo has swapped over onto the D.Va here, trying to eat up some of this damage from the Sojourn and from the Junkrat. Here's the Terra Surge out. It is going to be the touch coming through to trigger the overtime. Excellent beat here from Hamster. Connects on all 5 members, looking to take down this Junkrat here, but somebody needs to stay on this point. He's going to find the fadeaway kill onto Midnight. Ooh, okay, Hamster picking up another one. The Lucio has the smooths here, and it's going to be the flip coming over here for BU White. Team kill coming through, and just in time as that 99% has accrued here for Dalhousie. Now, BU White did have to throw pretty much, they had to throw everything into that fight just to stay in it. Cinnamoroll did move over onto the Genji here as well, up to 42% already on that ult charge. Mira's going to move over onto the Cassidy for this next one. Not quite having the space to work with on that Sojourn, especially when so many resources from the healers have to go into this Orisa to make sure Poke can stay alive in this. Fade forced out early here from Karma. Midnight is looking to build up to this Strip Tire. Oh, it's the aggression coming in, but it does get punished here. Dalhousie Gold doing a good job playing second in these fights. The feel is there from the rest of the team, and I don't know, this might not pay off in the aggression here for the side of BU White. Marina does end up falling, so there are the beat ready to go here for Carpton. Does not want to Ajax this one, wants to stay alive, looking to demech this D.Va. Elo does have the bomb ready to go. It's going to be the bomb on the point. Is it going to find anything? Not quite. It's not going to connect this time. There's the beat from Carpton late in the fight, and that's going to be the Deadeye coming out as well. Ooh, Hamster dancing around this little point. Not going to be able to stay alive for long, and whoa, it's a close one, but Dalhousie Gold able to tie us up here on Lijiang Tower. We gotta go to map number 3 here. The deciding point is, of course, going to be Night Market. All right, good swaps coming through here for the side of Dalhousie Gold. Showing comfortability on that brawl composition once you have fewer angles to work with here. A lot of kind of frontline pressure coming through from Dal Gold. But as we move over on to Night Market, there is still going to be a brawl potential, but definitely more space to work with here. It is going to be Symmetras making an appearance. Are they going to stick on the Symmetra? Yes, they sure are. Both teams going for those TP onto the point. It is going to be Gold getting on first. Dalhousie has that shield as well. Mira fighting a headshot onto Karma, and although Mira does end up getting a shot sent back to the spawn for that one, Marina falling as well. Oh, the Sim turret's nearly taking down Midnight, but the damage is there. The Orisa shield giving a lot of protection here to Dal Gold, and it's going to be the team kill for them, and they're going to start building percentage here on Night Market. Maria and Mira going to get back into this fight fairly quickly here. Now, crucially, BU White are still sticking on this symmetric comp here. So, Dal Gold has to be aware that the TP could come through. It is going to be the Nemesis form. Oh, Lulu getting punished immediately. You can see Lulu Gold is recognizing who's causing the most issues here. The TP in. Gonna get spotted out and forced out, and right now BU White are not in a position to really make any aggressive moves here. Are down one. Hamster's moving over on to the Juno here. Gonna have that speed ring. Looking to build up B is Carped, and it'll be the Force ultimate on the board, but ooh, he's taken down, I think, by a stray Sim right click there, and that is not good for Dal Gold, because not only do you not have the speed, you are not gonna have that beat to try and sustain through this. Hamster Mochi gonna find the final blow onto Midnight, but a whole lot of damage being done by Lulu on that Vendetta, and he's going to be the flip back over here. Get a little bit of a late stagger there, and now this is a good spot for BU White to be in. Cinnamoroll sticking on this Sim. You can see all the turrets being set up here, ready to go. It is going to be the Coalescence online here from Karma as well. We're seeing that used fairly aggressively, looking to find the Elims here. Interesting rotation coming through from Dal Gold. They want to get up onto the high ground. They want to get this TP out. There is the TP. It is going to be the Coalescence in response. Mira with the Deadeye holding. Damage done, and greatly timed beat here from Carpet. Terra Surge is committed in. Lulu is going to be the first one to fall, but Dal Gold need to find more. They are going to find just that. Here's just the Ramatra remaining, and It's a big commitment. It does result in a team kill here for the side of Dow Gold, but yeah, that's 3 ultimates into it. Crucially though, you did get out that coalescence and the photon barrier. You gotta be worried about this annihilation coming through from Elo though. You don't really have anything to counter it out. You're really just gonna have to look to try and burn down this Ramasa or try and kite out of it if you have the amps here. Alright, here's the TP in. The Annihilation's ready to go, so BU White happy to take a fight on the point. As they rush in from Maria, does take down Cinnamon Roll, so no charged up Sim here, but the Sim turret remained, and the Annihilation remains too. And that is going to be the flip coming over here for the side of BU White, and a pretty quick cleanup as well. It is going to be the team kill coming through from BU White. Going to have the opportunity for themselves to push past, I believe, this lead as well. We'll swap over onto the Pharah for Mira here. It makes a lot of sense. No hit scan on the side of BU White. It's a lot of pressure on this Pharah to try and find those picks. Midnight has the photon barrier ready to go. Looking for a TP. Might want to go for a fake one. He's going to be the barrier out first, splitting. TP in. Here's the Thundering Blade, and Dal cannot walk forward. It's just making space here. Cuts down that TP. Midnight is now caught out a little bit on an island here, and BU White does recognize that. Cinnamon Roll takes a dip off the edge. Carpton sends Karma off the edge, and fantastic plays here from the side of Dal. It's another team kill. It's just back and forth with these teams. Dal's going to put themselves back in control here. 89% though. It is going to be one more fight needed for BU White to take Lijiang's tower, but it's approaching us 80%. Dal have an opportunity to hold, and some big swaps coming through here, so not a lot of ults to work with if you are BU White. Elo over onto the Diva, Lulu over on to the Cassidy. You got to deal with Mira on this Pharah. Now approaching 90%, there is going to be the TP on to the point here. Sim turret's all set up as well. Coalescence ready to go, but the boom from Mira is going to take down Karma. That Coalescence, the only ult you had ready to go, is not here. Mira gets taken down. The Terra Surge on point, and Poke Master is good for another 2k with that Terra Surge. Now the flip did go through for BU White, but with a team kill coming through. That is going to be a Dalhousie Gold picking up Lijiang Tower and setting themselves up 1 in the series. Really impressive stuff here, and Calfred in the chat. Gold has the clutch gene. I gotta agree with you, Cal. Definitely gotta agree with you. They stay locked in here. Be all that they need to get this first win here in NECC. Alright, this though, of course, does mean that it is going to be the map pick now of BU White. As it is for most cases, it's important to have that for the losing team to really be able to try and swing things back over in their favor here. So we'll have to see where we end up. Now with NECC, they do have control of the mode and the map, so all the power is in BU White's hands right now. It's a nail biter of a map, so I definitely do think that this one could go the distance here. So it makes for a great match to watch and really fun to cast, but you gotta remember, I'm the manager of Dalhousie Gold, so it's definitely a little stressful as well. But definitely, I think they stay locked in and keep coming up with these kind of interesting kind of strategies, right? I like to see the TPs come through that are not just a TP up onto the window, right? Yeah, or if it is, it's coming from a different area. So like the rotation onto the high ground with that teleport, really great. You go down main, you get the TP behind. I mean, Midnight did get caught out, but didn't end up actually dying for it. So you love to see that. But BU White, I think this Vendetta composition that they have is very, very strong, and they look really well practiced on it. Dow Gold, not necessarily running as much Vendetta, so definitely an opportunity for BU White to really push that meta as hard as they want, because that Zarya ban off the table now for Dow Gold, and that makes a huge difference when it comes to this Vendetta composition. Lulu was still able to get a lot of value on that hero despite not having as many resources for the engage here, so interested to see if Elo is going to move over onto that Zarya, as we do know where we are going for the second map here. like I said, they are in control of the mode and the map itself here, and they have decided where we're going, and it's no surprise to me that we're going to this map because this is one of my big 4 maps, so it is going to be Flashpoint for our next map, and it is going to be the Flashpoint map of Surabasa nonetheless. So, interesting. I'm a Surabasa enjoyer. I am definitely one of the OGs, I think, for Surabasa, which is definitely not something everyone can say. I've hated on lots of new maps that have come out, but ever since Surabasa was released, I have been a fan, and I think that it plays fantastic in a competitive sense as well, so I'm excited to see what these teams are going to be able to do here. We are, of course, going to be having hero bands that come through as well. So we're gonna just be waiting for those. The first thing that they do, though, is roster changes here. So BU White is going to be subbing in Karma, and I believe that was for... Actually, they haven't moved... Oh, Kind, sorry. Kindness is coming in for Karma, so I believe that is on the support role there. And then with the Surabasa, oh, hello, thank you. I have the sounds on, but I fear do not have the notification, so thank you, or the pop-up on screen, but thank you for the follows, everybody, and thanks for taking the time to come support Dalhousie Gold, my team, my collegiate team that I manage. Anyways, enough, sorry. We do have one hero band coming out, so it is BU White that get to select the first hero band, and it's gonna be a Kiriko band here. Ooh, we are looking, and it's a good point. I think Surabasa is actually not in the map pool. So that is, yeah, we are not going to be going to Surabasa. Dang! It's so funny. I didn't even think about it because I just love Surabasa. I'm like, yeah, let's just go to Surabasa. That's fantastic. Love Surabasa. But, okay, it is not going to be Surabasa. Okay, we're going to adjust this a little bit. It is still going to be Flashpoint, though, so we're locked in on the Flashpoint. So, I mean, if it's not Surabasa, shocking, it's, New Junk City. Not a lot of Atlas enjoyers out there, I fear. Really not. But, regardless, it still goes the same. It's still a wide open map here, and I believe the Kiriko ban still stands. Yes, it is. Oh, all my team in the chat, Rain, do you love us? Yes. Love my Dal Gold team. Go Collegiate. Yeah, a little shout out to Maria and Carpton, my support line here, for Dal Gold. Also, we are on a 180-second delay, so it is a 3-minute delay here, and that is required by NECC. All right. Still, yep, just confirming. It is still the Kiriko band. Right, now I can finally get to this. So, Kiriko band out on New Junk City, on any map, honestly, is really interesting. That Kiriko Lucio backline is pretty locked in. No matter really what comp you kind of end up on, you're probably gonna have a Kiriko in it. Honestly, right now, I think my flex support, Maria, I think she might be cheering a little bit. I think she might be a little bit happy to be out of Kiriko jail. I'm not gonna lie. So, in response to that Kiriko ban, there's gonna be a Junkrat ban coming out from the side of Dalhousie Gold. Sorry, Junker Queen. Oh, it's just all the junks coming in here. New Junk City, Junkrat, Junker Queen. And of course I get the last one. So, Junker Queen ban coming out here. Think that makes a lot of sense. If you see that Kiriko ban come out, you gotta be aware that the anti-nades and, of course, the rampage can be very, very impactful. All right, we're ready to head into things. I hope you guys are ready to head into things as well. Let's take a look at what is happening here on New Junk City.
Initiating match.
Little side note, if you do not have music turned on, in Overwatch, you're missing out a little bit, honestly. New Junk City intro music might be my favorite. Yes, Saravasa is my fave Flashpoint map, but you cannot deny the music on New Junk City. Alrighty. What are we gonna get out from these two teams? Now, the doors have not opened, so there's a chance still to be changed around here compositionally. Looking like maybe a Mauga here from BU White. Lulu over on the Reaper here, so showing a lot of flexibility, I think. Like I mentioned, you usually see the Vendetta and the Reaper play together, but not going for the Zarya comp here with that Vendetta like I thought we might see from them. It is going to be a Moira Lucio backline out from both teams here. Poke Master going to be over on that D.Va, and then the Tracer Sojourn. Very kind of classic DPS lineup here for the side of Dalhousie. And we'll roll over on this Genji. Now the thing with these Moiras is that you're going to run out of resources very, very quickly. It is a stomp in from Elo, and it connects onto 2 here for the side of Dalgold. And that is going to be the immediate deletion of those 2 players that were trying to play over on the flank here. And it's going to be the first point tapped up by, or starting percentage here by BU White. Late kill onto Midnight, but the Tracer will get back into things fairly quickly here. Now the thing is with this Soj Tracer versus the Reaper Genji is that you really do need to kind of have these angles if you are playing the Soj Tracer here. But the Mauga comp looks to punish anybody that ends up on a split here. So Dalgold is going to have to be very, very careful and try to wait out some of this engage that comes in. There's the charge in, and unfortunately for Dalgold, they are stuck in a very small room with a very large Mauga and a Reaper. It's going to be the DMAC going out over onto Poke, and Mira taken down courtesy of the Genji. Hamster going to fall here, but the numbers are not in favor of Dalgold. And this is looking like the first point is going to be capped up by the side of BU White here. The percentage on Flashpoint just ticks up so fast. You really do not have a lot of time to come in for these recontests, and it's going to be the swap over onto the Zarya Reaper comp here for Dal, but he's not going to be the... Ooh, it is going to be the touch coming through. Okay, Carp finds the overtime here. Is going to be able to trigger it a second time, but everybody else from Dalgold is shut out at the door. The Coalescence was committed here, and with the overtime trickling here, one more contest, I think, from Carpton on this Lucio. I mean, kudos to him for staying alive for a really long time and getting out alive here, but it is not going to result in a flip here.
Let's attack the objective.
Next Flashpoint, it's not a long walk. It is going to be Junkyard here. Both DPS ultimates ready to go for BU White. Just going to get that Coalescence in. And where Dal did make a swap in their composition, you are lagging behind here. And Midnight moved over onto the Reaper, or onto the Reaper off of the Tracer. So you are going to at least have that frontline presence. Beat out here from Hamster. Doesn't connect on to Kindness, but it does connect on to Lulu. And they're going to go in, find that Blossom. Oh, the deflect here from Cinnamon Roll. Just Poke Master remaining. The Zarya will be taken down. Takes time to slip him, though. It is the team kill here for the side of BU White, and they're going to get building percentage here. Still have the Blade, still have the Cage to work with if you're BU White. Another swap here from Gold. They're trying to find the magic answer to counter out this Mauga comp, and I think that it might be Maria over on this Ana. No Kiriko here, so that any nades onto the Mauga could be detrimental. You gotta be careful though, because the Ana's gonna be a juicy target to try and stomp onto. See a rotation coming through, and as that rotation comes through, it's a huge anti-nade from Maria. The Cage comes out though, and that means that there's gonna be a shield blocking all those anti-nades, and that is going to be Poke finding 2 here, but it's another team kill here for BU White, and there's going to be an opportunity for Dal to push in for one more fight here, but it's going to be a little tricky one. That being said, you did get ults out of BU White there, so you're going to have the grab coming online. You can have everything except for that Nano, actually, to work with here. It's all about just finding an opening in here. Approaching at 80%. There's the grab. It is good for 4. The Reaper going to do a whole bunch of damage. The overclock committed as well from Mira. Overtime, and Dal managed to get the first percentage on the board here on New Junk City. Blossom ready to go here for Midnight, and Carpton here holding on to that beat as well. Dalhousie had to be very, very careful about cycling these ultimates, because you can see that for BU White, they're all hovering around similar, kind of this 20 to 40 range here, save for Kindness, that is going to have this Coalescence coming up. It's the charge in from the Malga, and I mean, BU White are looking to just ignore this choke point altogether. It's going to be the Malga getting onto the point. The antidote does connect, and Midnight's going to use this. Blossom has the bubble to keep him alive. Beat in from Carpton just in time to keep the Reaper alive through this. The Coalescence, though, working overtime to make sure that this White team is all healed up. Midnight is going to end up falling from Lulu, who has built up to a Blossom to work with, but it does not look like BU White is going to need to commit that. Mark does find one, good to find the Lucio. The lead dart goes wide, and some good percentage on the board here for the side of Dalhousie, but it's not enough to get them tied up here, and that is going to be BU White setting themselves at a map point here. And it is not all these maps on this kind of side of the New Junk City map, and it is going to be bomb flat, so the positional advantage is going to go the way of BU White here. Nano ready to go from Maria. I expect we see it go over onto maybe Midnight or Poke if he's able to get enough charge here. Blossom still ready to go, and now Hamster Mochi gonna have this beat advantage as well. Hamster Mochi gone. No beat advantage to be had here. Midnight with a TP in, takes down Cinema Roll as well. The beauty of the Zarya into the Genji is that Poke's gonna be able to do a bunch of damage, and Midnight's gonna be able to clean it up, and it is gonna be first percentage here. The first time on New Junk City going the way of Dalhousie. No ultimates needed, just a clean engage. But now is this old cycle business that's coming up here. There's so much for BU White to work with. Lulu on the Reaper, the bleed comes too late, doesn't keep Kindness alive, but does find Carp. It is going to be the Nano out onto Poke Master. Mira gets a good chunk of damage, does end up finding the kill onto Lulu, but that Blossom did come through from Lulu. It's Cinnamon Roll alive on the point still. And Lucio Hamster going to be able to get out, and Dalhousie has withstood the storm that came through briefly here for BU White, but it's not over just yet. The Blade ready to go here from Cineroll. I anticipate we could see the Blade actually comboed with this Coalescence from Kindness, and it's going to make it very, very hard. Poke's going to want to hit a big grab here, looking for it. Could deny the touch altogether in this time. There it is, the grab in the choke point, and that is going to deny the touch altogether here for the side of BU White. Looking to get aggressive, would love to find another kill, but no, Mira might have just killed Midnight, I fear. But it's okay. Dalhousie gonna get their first point on the board here for New Junk City. And now we are finally heading to the other side of the map. Oh, Refinery. I've never been so happy to see you. We have the Bleed and the Coalescence still ready to go, and look at this, the position in the favor of BU White. Oh, big chunk of damage here. Midnight looking to go first and has the bubble to work with. Excellent timed engage here from Dalhousie. They do not, no, we're not watching that. I didn't see that. We do not, Dalhousie did not allow BU White to go first in that fight. Excellently timed engage there. The bubble in on the Reaper into the Blossom. Good combo, but still have this Blade ready to go here from Cineroll. Carpton has built up the beat here, so that's going to be very, very important for this next fight. But if you combo the Blade with the cage, the blender might be a little too much. All right, the sleep comes out, but the beat is late for Carpton, and it doesn't connect on to Mira here, so it is going to be a trade out. Dalhousie do find the Malga here, so there's no tank for the side of BU White, but now there's no Lucio, and with Poke falling very, very low as well. It's just a bonk on the head from Cineroll to end things off for that Zarya. It's going to be the flip over here for the side of BU White. Beat and Blossom ready to go for their next engagement here versus what's looking like it will probably be an overclock and potentially a nano here for the side of Gold. Mayhaps, nope. Oh, Mira has gone offline. Cannot join your queues right now. Mira is trying to win an Overwatch match. Blossom is ready to go here. Lulu's going for the TP in, looking for it. It's in combination with the Stomp, but the Stomp is so good, you don't even need to commit an ultimate if you're BU White. it's just clean up now as Dal looking to maybe find a trade out and things, but that is not going to be the case. And now it is looking good for BU White to try and find this win here on New Junk City, try and tie up this series. One more fight here, and it is a must-win scenario for the side of Dal Gold. Nothing else to work with here. It is going to be the overclock. It is going to be the nanoed overclock. The coalescence out from Kindness. Fira not quite finding the shots that he needs, but there is one, and it is going to be the blossoms out from both sides. Overtime trickling here. Dal Gold has to keep somebody on point. Who is it going to be? It is going to be Pokemaster, but it is Pokemaster with a grab against the entirety of BU White, and the grab comes out, but it is not going to be enough to keep Zarya alive. That is going to be BU White tying us up here, and it's going to be 1-1 in the series. A lot of back and forth between these two teams. You love to see it, unless you are the manager for one of these teams and you are sweating bullets right now, but it's okay. Close New Junk City, but not close enough for Dal Gold. That is going to be the 3-1 here. Now, this does mean Dal Gold is going to get the map pick here, and same thing, it is going to be map and mode here. You can't repeat any of the modes that have already been played, so we're not going to Control and we're not going to Flashpoint. Honestly, kind of a bummer. We got the two best map modes off the board right away here, but hey, there's always Push. Oh, no, just kidding. We love you, Hybrid and Escort. We love you, really. Alright, we'll have to see where they end up taking us. Let me open up the map pool here. It is a set map pool. So, in terms of Hybrid, we got Blizzworld, Eichenwald, Midtown. In terms of Push, it's Coliseum and Esperanza. And then for Escort, it's Havana, Shambali, or Watchpoint, Gibraltar. So, tell me in chat how you feel about that map pool. No King's Row? No Circuit? No Runasapi? No, but, yeah, we'll have to see where, Dal Gold are going to end up taking us. Now, crucially, this also, is going to put, those hero bands back on the board. So it was the, Kiriko and the Junker Queen that got banned out. So, the Kiriko ban came from the side of BU White. So, they are not going to be able to ban that Kiriko out, for this next map. So, Dal is going to be back on a comp, at least for their backline that they're a little bit more used to. Dalhousie Kiriko is just kind of been a mainstay in, most teams' backlines for a pretty long time, honestly. What was the last really solid, I think, support backline that we saw was, like, the Brig Juno and Mauga meta? I think that might have been it. And then ever since then, it's Kiriko Lucio. Although, I will say, the new heroes are playable here in NECC. So, Mizuki, Jetpack Cat, not off the board, definitely. But maybe not as favored, compared to just how strong of a backline the Lucio Kiriko has been. Alright, well, we do know where, Dal Gold will be taking us, and like I said, they did have control over the map or the mode, so it could have been an Escort, a Hybrid, or a Push map. And, I mean, look, they're my team, so, I mean, look, they are not gonna be taking us to a Hybrid or an Escort map just yet. It's gonna be Esperanza here, for Dal Gold, and taking us to the Push map. So there's only 2 Push maps that were available to be selected from. It was either Esperanza or Coliseum, like I said. And then Dal Gold is also going to be in control of the first ban here. So they're going to have to give some thought into what ban is going to come through. Esperanza, it does have the opportunity to play this more dive style. So we did see Dal Gold start with Pokemaster over on the Diva for New Junk City, but I mean, as soon as they see that they're running into a Malga, you're not really able to stay on that. So it was the swap that came through here, but definitely do know Pokemaster has a fantastic Diva here, and I think that Esperanza does kind of open up things to potentially put Midnight back over onto that Tracer. Really fantastic Tracer player, and of course, fantastic Reaper as well. But it is going to be the Vendetta ban coming through here for the side of Dal Gold, and I think that that is a pretty smart ban here. Lulu, very, very scary on Lijiang Tower. And although we did not see the Vendetta come out on New Junk City, I do think that Esperanza, with kind of some of that high ground that is available, that, you know, you really do want to be able to control those bridges that are above the little archway. And Vendetta has pretty easy access onto that high ground. And of course, despite getting a little bit of a nerf to that overhead damage, she still does a ton of damage, and she still lives forever, and she can still have a bubble to help her. But yeah, so the Vendetta ban coming out does mean that BU White is not going to be able to ban out a DPS here. So they're gonna have to target either the tank or the support line here, and Kiriko ban was pretty impactful. Oh, I said Vendetta, and yet I'm reading into things. Me when I can't read! It's the Venture ban. Venture, the other Ven. Rain sees VEN, and I just fill in the blanks here. My bad, chat. It is going to be the Venture ban that comes in. But regardless, BU White still cannot ban out a DPS. They're gonna ban out the Lucio here. I mean, it's a pretty smart ban. Carpton has been on that Lucio, both those maps, and pretty good Lucio. Got a lot of environmental kills on Lijiang, and then really, really clutch beats on New Junk City, despite not winning out on New Junk City. Definitely impactful here. So the Kiriko and the Lucio ban coming out already here from BUI, really trying to target the backline of Dalgold. So let's head into Esperanza and see if that's gonna work out for them.
Initiating match.
Right. No Venture, no Lucio. Lots of beautiful sights to see though. Alright. We'll wait for these doors to open before we get an idea of what BU White is going to play. Dalgold, I mean, I speculated a little bit. The Diva comp probably will work. Carpton does have other supports in his pool. Potentially we see the Wuyong come out here, or the Brigitte, or God forbid the Jetpack Cat. Oh my god! This could be it. We could be seeing the Jetpack Cat. It could be happening. Look, Dalgold is here to put on a show, okay? Yeah, Midnight is going to be over on that Tracer Mirror on the Cassidy. Makes a lot of sense here. Interesting comp here for the side of BU White. I really like the different variations that we've been getting on this kind of Vendetta composition, and none of them have been the Zarya. It's impressive to see. It is going to be Elo over on the Hazard here, so Brawly, kind of a tank that still has access onto the high ground. You can go in for the dives with the Vendetta, with the Genji, and then it is going to be the Kiriko Wuyong here on the side of BU White. Alright, Carpton, showing us Pika, the Jetpack Cat here. Some highest news could be in our future. Elo looking for the dive in, and he's gonna find just that. The wall splits off the Cassidy, and the burst healing from the Jetpack Cat, not enough! Oh, the Vendetta gonna knock that cat straight out of the sky! That overhead swing, not only is it deadly, but it displaces as well. Now, Popemaster did manage to find Hamster Nochi here. He was still in the mech, but support is not there. It does have Midnight to try and stay in this, and of course, we're going to have a little bit of healing from that air, time spent in the air, but is going to end up getting next here. The Genji falling very low. Cinnamon Roll is going to be taken down here, and Midnight's able to clean up Elo as well. Okay, straight into the sword of Lulu. Unfortunate for the Tracer of Dalgold, but it's going to be the disengage that comes through from the side of BU White. Carpton on this cat is going to be able to taxi his teammates pretty quickly here. The Diva getting dragged along for a ride here. Oh, it's so fun to watch. Alright, Dalgold is going to have the Pulse Bomb coming online here for Midnight. It's going to be the first ult on the board by quite a decent amount here. Engage in from Popemaster, and the timing there for Midnight as well. Who has been forced out, looking to take down this Kiriko, and they will manage to just do that. Maria gotta find that headshot into the kindness as well, but there's no support here for the side of BU White to try and stay alive. And Maria TP straight into danger, but rest of, no, actually, it's just Pokemaster alive here for the side of Dal Gold, trying to stay alive, wants to stay in the mech, but also really wants to find this live on the Genji, and he will be rewarded with just that. Dal Gold not able to make any progress on their barrier though, and Lulu's still alive here. He's gonna move this bot back. Has the mobility, of course, to get out of this fight as well. Push out here, damage coming through. The Bolt Bomb is ready to go here for Midnight. Doesn't quite connect. Oh, but Kindness does connect with those orbs here. The Tracer taken down to the side of Dal Gold, and now BU White looking to get aggressive here, but the aggression is punished. Maria gonna find the shot on to Lulu. Star the wall does take down Amira, though the Deadeye not gonna be available in this fight. The downpour is ready to go, however, for Kilo. Looking to take down the cat, and takes down the cat. And Maria looking to be next on the chopping block here. The Kiriko gonna have to be very, very careful about this positioning. She will be able to get teleport out to safety here. Also ready to go for both sides here. 5 ultimates, in fact, inside of BU White. Mira has this Deadeye to work with, and is getting taxied back. It's getting the downpour out first. Oh, it connects onto Midnight. Here is the Deadeye on the high ground here. Damage onto the Vendetta, and the follow-up is there as well. The trade's going in the favor of, well, actually, we're even fight here as the TP comes out from Maria. The supports are both alive here for the side of Dal Gold, though, so the healing going to be there for Pokemaster, and fortunately for Kilo, the heal's not quite there, as Dal Gold is going to win out on that fight off the back of the Deadeye, and finally are going to get some progress on this barrier. Get themselves set up on this high ground as well. We have the Catnap and the Kitsune Rush ready to go here, but it was just the downpour that was committed into that fight for the side of BU White. So Cinnamoroll is going to have this Blade ready to go. I anticipate a Blade title combo coming through here. Cinnamoroll staging for it, wants to take out the Cassidy, but also has to be aware of the danger that comes with that hinder. Everybody from Dal Gold falling so very low. This is the Kitsune Rush out from Maria. The Sundering Blade takes down Pokemaster. Not be able to use that bomb to get back into the mech here. Soothing your wounds. Both supports and an Echo alive for Dal Gold. It's going to be a bonk on to the Genji here, courtesy of that cat to take things out. And Carpton not died yet. Very aggressive. Kitty cat here. Kindness is going to find Maria, but immediately gets traded out here. So the back and forth is going to end up favoring Dal Gold, but still a lot of progress to be made here on this point. The duplicate's ready to go for Midnight. Cinnamoroll's still holding on to his Blade and both those support ults for the side of BU White. The Blade is going to be very strong, but there's a lot of mobility on the side of Dal Gold. Kitsune Rush on the point here from Hamster Mochi. A lot of the healing being committed into that. Here's the Tidal Blast onto the Genji. It's a dash in, and it connects onto 2. Excellent Tidal Blast over onto that Genji. Now the heals are coming through here. Get over onto the Vendetta for Midnight. Doesn't quite save Mira, but Thundering Blade ready to go. Can't pull it out though, and then is going to be the duplicate canceled out. Excellent bombs coming through from Midnight. And now it is going to be Elo, the Hazard, alone on the bot here. And Dal Gold not allowing control to be regained here for the side. I feel like every time I kind of go back to look, I'm watching Mira just be floating through the sky. All right, lead has been gained here by the side of Dal Gold, and the checkpoint, very importantly. So that's going to be the forward spawn now required here for Dal Gold. Downpour ready to go here for Elo. The only ultimate on the board. Goes in, hinder, does connect, it's the highest noon, but oh, actually ends up falling onto the ground, but does still manage to get that kill onto Lulu. Cinnamoroll on the Cassidy is very, very low. Needs to be careful. Sleep Dart comes out from Hamster. Also, we are on to bring Ana here for the side of BU White. Downpour is massive. It connects onto 3 here. It finds both the supports. It does end up taking down Carpton as well. So Maria now the only one trying to keep this team alive. If you're Dal Gold, Pokemaster though doing a whole lot of work over on that Diva, but it is going to be the bot that is in control of BU White here. Poke not done yet. The Diva so terrified. He's up the walls of Hazard as well. Maria fighting for her life. Not going to manage to stay alive for that one, but Pokemaster getting out here. And it's going to be, is it going to be the connection? Yes, it is. Mira finds a very late kill here onto Elo. And that forward spawn still in control of Dal Gold. Momentum really building here for Dal Gold. Pick up a second map, but BU White are not out of this just yet. Elo's gonna swap over onto the Zarya, so now it is the Zarya Vendetta combo. Oh, Carpton, it connects! But the catnap is not going to be finalized here. The trades do come through. Even numbers here. The Kitsune Rush was committed by Maria here. The healing needed in the face of not having that jetpack cat. It is going to be Amira finding another kill here on the Cassidy. Both support ults and the Deadeye. BU White has the ults to work with here, but Dalgold is just an onslaught of damage and aggression coming through. Midnight gonna copy that. Zarya looking to build up to this round. Has it! Grab connects onto 3, onto 4. It's absolutely massive. Poke gets the bomb. Now that is a combo we love to see. Team kill coming through here for Dalgold. Now, like I mentioned, the ults are still here for BU White. They have an opportunity to come back into this. You can see that Dal setting themselves up on the high ground. It is going to be the bubble onto Cinnamon Roll. Greatly timed bubble as well. Going to protect from those sticky nades. But nobody is peeking this. Nobody is peeking the Sundering Blade either here. Sticky bombs connect on, but it is going to be the trade here. Mira able to find Hamster with that Deadeye. The spawn advantage is very much in favor of BU White right now, though. So it's going to be hard for Dalgold to stay in this. Carson, though, making the best of things, is going to find the kill and keep Mira alive through all of this. The catnap ready to go once again, but that Zarya is so charged up. Elo is looking to find the kill, doesn't quite find it, but is getting this grab online. Hamster Mochi has this nano ready to go as well. It's going to be the catnap in, and it is going to be a Brigitte catnap here, but the grab is fantastic here, and the nano even better from the side of BU White, and that is finally going to be a stabilization here from BU White. The team kill comes through. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a hard push for BU White to get back into things here, but
60 seconds.
they definitely are in a position to try and make it happen. Everybody from the side of Dalgold got that forward spawn. They're set up on the bridge, maintaining high ground here. Bubble coming out. You can see that trying to clear the distance. Maria opening things up with a kill onto Kindness. I don't know if I'd ever say that again. It is going to be a punish, though, coming through. That Suzu gets forced out, and Maria, unfortunately, not able to get that Kitsune rush off. The Cassidy finding the shots, but the DM is there. No, but that Zarya beam is going to go straight through that DM of Pokemaster, and now Dalgold are not in a position to win this fight out. We can see that they have backed up here. Deadeye ready to go for both teams here. We've seen it comboed with that jetpack hat most often for the side of Dalgold here. Rally coming online for Kindness. Kitsune Rush ready to go. Maria taking so much damage. She has to use the Suzu early. It's the aggression in here from Lulu. Overtime has started, which means that you cannot get off the point if you're BU White, and Mira is in the sky. The highest noon does get traded here. Cinnamon Roll gonna find that Cassidy. The rally is in. The copy Midnight also has a rally ready to go here, and it is going to be very, very split here for the side of BU White. Who is on the point? There is still actually going to pick up this checkpoint here, as Elo has managed to stay alive on this Zarya for so long, but nobody from BU White is there to back him up. Victory coming through here for Dalgold on their map pick of Esperanza. Fantastic showing from the team. It looked really dicey at the beginning. Honestly, it was pretty scrappy, but once the momentum started to build for Dal, they did a great job just carrying it forward. Oh, it's so nice to get to see the ground bomb combo coming through. I don't think I've seen that since Ghosts, honestly. So really, really fun one to watch. It's so stressful. Dalgold is now at a match point here, picking up that win on Esperanza. So now, though, Dal is going to have to win out on BU White's map pick, and they were not able to do that on New Junk City. So gonna have to lock things in, and unfortunately, I know we have to go to a hybrid or escort map. I know, and you can't even go to King's Row, because King's Row's not even in the map pool. Yeah, so we are going to have BU White selecting what map we're going to go to. It's gonna be, if it's a hybrid map, it'll be Blizzard World, Eichenwald, or Midtown. For Escort, the options are Havana, Shambali, or Shambali Monastery or Watchpoint Gibraltar. So we are going to have some substitutions coming in. So for NECC, all of those substitutions have to happen before the map pick comes through. Which is different than probably every other league that we're familiar with. So it is going to be Karma coming in for Hamster. This is signaling to me that BU White probably want to run a double flex support backline, I think. Which makes sense for a lot of these maps, a lot of the options, right? Shambali Monastery definitely can run the double flex support. Perhaps some Yuri Baptiste. I'm just speculating, of course. I don't necessarily remember exactly what Karma played. Yeah, back to Karma and Kindness. So Havana also pretty good for if you want to run a double flex support backline. Any of these maps where you can really force a poke composition. So Midtown as well, honestly. A lot of options here to potentially run that. But of course it's none of the ones that I've thrown forward. Of course it's not. Rain is just wrong. So we are going to be heading over to Escort for map number 4, and BU White have opted to take us over to Watchpoint Gibraltar here. So pretty dive heavy map, I think one could say, with a decent amount of confidence. I'm interested to see what the ban is that comes out. Honestly, if I was BU White, I'm banning out the Diva here. Pokemaster has been on fire, and taking us to Watchpoint Gibraltar, you have to anticipate that Poke is probably gonna be playing that Diva again here. So it is BU White that is they're in control of the ban. Ooh, it is gonna be a Jetpack Cat ban. Yeah, I gotta give flowers to Carpton too. The Jetpack Cat, very impactful there. The highest noons, terrifying, but also just the amount of healing and survivability of the Jetpack Cat is very, very impressive, and it allows for you to have kind of this constant stream of healing that can come in from a lot of different angles. That's something that's a little bit different with the Jetpack Cat compared to a lot of the other kind of support heroes, main support heroes specifically, but is the amount of mobility that the Jetpack Cat has. Yes, Lucio has an incredible amount of mobility, but it's really easy to punish. It's really easy to feed as Lucio. And with the Jetpack Cat, where you don't have any fall-off damage that I know of, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that the Jetpack Cat has any fall-off damage, so you can really just, like, zoom away, heal, zoom back, like, you just stay in the air forever. So, yeah, that's, I mean, after Esperanza, it makes a lot of sense for BU White, but, me knowing things that I know, Dalgold doesn't really play Jetpack Cat. The backline that I'm expecting to see here from Dalgold is going to be the Brig Ana, and the Diva. So now it is going to be Dalgold that gets to select the ban in response. Now it can't be a support ban, so it is going to have to be a tank or a DPS ban, and can't ban out somebody that's already been banned here. So I fear I have not been writing anything down. But no Junker Queen ban. Okay, well, I don't think that there was gonna be a Junker Queen on Gibby. Anyway, so whatever. We can't ban that. That's okay. The Venture ban came through again. Don't really think. I think that the Dalgold has done pretty well for the the bans to come into a dive heavy map and still have pretty much every impactful ban at their disposal, which is really impressive going into map number 4. Usually, like, once you get into these map 4s, map 5s, it's down to the wire trying to find a ban that is going to have a really big impact. Car Rossi is saying everyone else. Shout out to Rosius. He is our coach, so give him some love in the chat. You're not gonna see this until 3 minutes after he has already been typing in the chat, but yeah, big shout out to our coach here. We would not be where we are without him. Still waiting. Dalgold is thinking, so hard about this ban. Also have to give mention as well that this is the new, well, I actually don't even know if you can play on the old Watchpoint Gibraltar. I actually don't know if that's an option at all. So this is the live Watchpoint Gibraltar. So they're gonna have a little bit more access onto the high ground. Really interesting that in server of First Point Gibraltar as well, there's now like a little window that you can shoot through, which I guess that's nice. I guess it means that it's not necessarily as safe to be here, to be set up in there if you're the supports. Alrighty. We do have our ban for Gibraltar, and it is going to be the Vendetta ban. Yes, for real this time. For real Vendetta ban for Watchpoint Gibraltar. Alright. I think we're ready to head into things here. Dalgold is looking to close out this series with, oh, never mind. I'm not gonna throw you in because we have been sent back to the lobby. We'll give us a hot minute here to get a little set up. Okay. Let's see. I'll give you a little update. Okay. It is going to be BU White that actually wants to swap the sides that they're on. So that's why we've been sent back to lobby. Oh, okay. That's just good because this is going to give me a little reminder that I need to swap my overlay. There we go. Super. Okay. Oh yeah, you guys can't see it, but don't worry. When we get into lobby, it's going to be Dalgold defending first. And the overlay is going to be right. Alright. Almost ready to head into things here. I'm sweating. Alright, let's do it. Let's head into Watchpoint Gibraltar. Rain says we will win this for you. Oh, sorry, Maria. I'm reading Rain. Oh gosh. Alright, let's go into the game. As we watch. Dalgold is gonna be on the defense first here. No Jetpack Cat. No Vendetta. Perhaps an honorable dive mirror here in honor of Calfrin. We will see. Yeah, so like you see that it's the updated Gibraltar.
Ready.
Lore accurate Gibraltar, some might say.
3 times the charm.
All right, here is the backline I was expecting from the side of Dalgold. Spectators are wrong. Yeah, unfortunate. I believe that can be changed without resetting the lobby, so we should be okay. All right, we are set here. No harm done. Now it is going to be BU White on the attack, and Mayhab's adventure on Gibraltar. Okay. We are cooking if we're BU White. Lulu's gonna stick on it. Alright, it is gonna be the engage onto the high ground here. The Venture gonna have to be timed with the dive coming through from the Diva. Big damage chunk coming out here, but timing not quite found there to follow up. It is gonna be Elo coming in a little bit later here. Ooh, also didn't get this little shout out. Kindness is over on the Mizuki here, so we're gonna see that newest hero. Sleep dart from Maria. Okay, next on to Elo, and the Diva D-Mech is gonna come through, but oh, Maria gets caught out in no man's land there on the side. This is going to allow some time for the cart to progress forward here. Midnight does give a little back on the head to Kindness here. Postmaster is still alive on this high ground. Evo out of the mech as well, so there's going to be an opportunity for sure for Gold to come in and put a contest on this cart. Oh, but the burst damage is there. The Venture is scary from Lulu. Manages to get out, and we can see that Karma has set themselves up in that server room, but they're so very low. An excellent timed engagement there from Midnight and from Pokemaster to secure that a limb. And it does end up getting taken down here, though. The Tracer will get back into the fight faster than Diana. You see the Dalgold trying to put some pressure on this high ground. They don't want that to go over for free. They don't want Karma and Kindness to be able to set up there, and Lulu on this Venture. Gonna find the opening pick of this fight on Team Mira on that Ash. Diva Mech very, very low, but Cinnamon Roll is not going to be deterred by an anti-nade. He's going to end up finding out Carpton gets punished from some peel of Postmaster. The Pulse Bomb ready to go here from Midnight, but it's going to be the Tectonic Shock out first here. And unfortunately for Dalhousie, they have to stay on this point. It is going to be the Primal Rage committed here. But while Postmaster is primaling the front line, then the Venture is looking at the back line. It is going to be a bomb coming online here from Elo. Kikash Sanctuary out is going to keep the healing going here from the side of BB White. Rally in from Carpton. Getting very, very aggressive. Has the shield melted down. Using the payload as cover here. A pack out onto Midnight. Pulse Bomb does not connect, but the bomb is ready to go here. Mira is going to throw that one out. Excellent sleep dart out from Maria here to make that Diva go for a little nap here. The Nano expires, so not a whole lot of value coming out of that one. The bomb is still ready to go, and Maria is now caught out on an angle. The peel not going to come through in time, and Elo has just taken out the main source of healing here for the side of Dalgold. Looking to take down Mira as well. Will find just that. It is just Pokemaster and Carpton on the point here. No ults to work with either, and with Carpton falling, it is not looking like Dalgold's going to be able to get much longer of a contest here. Nano out onto Midnight, looking to hold this first point. Great anti-nade onto Cinnamon Roll. He's going to find the limb there, but it's just the Tracer against the world. Carpton's going to get the next touch here. The reinforcements have arrived, but none of those reinforcements are going to be a tank here for the side of Dalgold. And that is a quick 180 here as Pokemaster is going to try to get out alive. Looks like he will manage to do just that. Okay, Diva Bomb ready to go, and both DPS ults. Lulu has another Tectonic Shock ready to go here on that Venture. An aggression onto the high ground here from the side of BU White. Forcing the bubble out here, it is going to slow down the engagement. It's going to come back. All right, pushing on to the high ground, and now making space for this Tectonic Shock. Maria is taken out from that distance of the brain, and it is going to... Oh, yeah, Pokemaster falling as well. DPS here as Mira is going to find one. It's going to be pressured out by this Diva though, and there isn't any support here to try and keep Mira alive. A parting dynamite for your troubles. Midnight is still alive and harassing this backline of BB White. Not really gonna have a lot of backup though. Is the Tracer going to be able to get out? Not if Elo has anything to say about it. Midnight has got the schmooze and the Pokemaster has got the heals. The bubble perk coming in clutch for the Tracer on the side of Dalhousie Gold, and now Poke looking to build up to this Primal Rage. Excellent sleep dart here from Karma. Now it's going to be the blade out from Cinnamon Roll. Carpton, the first victim to fall, and immediately going to turn and find that other support here. So no healers here to keep Mira alive. Just a sliver of HP, 5 HP in fact, and get another parting dynamite for the troubles. Oh no, the chain onto the Winston. Pokemaster does manage to get out of that bomb, but there is not going to be a recontest coming through here for Gold. And that is BU White moving into third point of Gibraltar with 3 minutes to work with. And 2 support ultimates to work with as well. Nice to have those coming into this. It is going to be a Bob ready to go here for Mira. Carpton with the rally as well. I anticipate the rally is going to come out in response to whoever this Nano from Karma goes on to. Maria with the headshot onto Cinnamon Roll. Nice bubble coming through as Pokemaster has moved over onto the Zarya for this third point. Midnight falling quite low. He's going to have to back out a little bit. Zarya into the Diva matchup. Definitely going to favor that Zarya. The Good Guy Sanctuary is out. The Bob has been chucked in as well. And Bob is immediately going to take a little nap. But this rally really allowing Dalhousie Gold to push forward, get aggressive here. They'd love to find a late kill, but... Oh, it is going to happen here. Making me eat my words. And now it's all about having a strong hold here on third point Gibraltar. No ults for Dalgold to work with, so gonna have to withstand this oncoming Nano and the Tectonic Shock as Elo is going to swap over onto a Zarya of their own. And Carpton gonna move over on to the Lucio here. Midnight is out on a flank of a lifetime here. Gets the has the recall ready to go and got the health pack as well. It in the front line though. There is a Tectonic Shock happening. Lulu not going to find any on the limbs with a great turn there from Pokemaster, but it is going to be the Nano Zarya that gets to come out on top of that tank battle, and all charged up as well. It is so much damage coming through here from Elo. Kindness going to get the bubble here, and the chain connects onto Midnight. Payload is creeping towards the end here. Not a whole lot of members. Oh no, with Lucio gonna get back into things very quickly here. There's the grab out from Pokemaster, a Pulse Bomb, and it is the combo that Dalgold needed here. And that's a quick cleanup for them as well. Nice little team kill here. Mira is over on to the Sojourn off of that Ash. Karma is gonna make a slight adjustment on the side of BU White as well. Moving over on to the Moira here. Maria has the Kitsune Rush to work with, but it is going to be the Kai Sanctuary online for Kindness, and we are going to have a Blade coming online very shortly here for the Merle as well. Lulu's over on the Tracer off of that Vendetta. Kai Sanctuary versus the Kitsune Rush. So far, Cinnamoroll finding the first kill here, and unfortunately for Doubtful, they're backing up so far that they aren't actually going to have any benefit from that Kitsune Rush. Now it's the Blade in as the tempo really being set here by BU White. Maria gets taken down. Carp going to be the next to fall, and with 16 seconds on the board, BU White is going to be able to complete Watchpoint Brother.
0 to 3.
A lot of swaps coming through on this one. I am impressed to see it. Good to have flexibility in a team, in both of these teams, honestly, showing a lot of nice adjustments. And not just adjustments to the composition that the other team is playing. It's also about making those adjustments based on the geometry of the map. Because, of course, each point of Gibraltar is going to play a little bit different. First and second, much closer, I think, in style, compared to when you move over onto that third point. But seeing both teams move over onto that Lucio, Zarya composition for the third point, it made a lot of sense. You want to have a little bit stronger of kind of a rush. You don't necessarily need to take control of as many high grounds, and if you are taking control of the high ground, it's usually going to be your DPS, not necessarily your tank. Interesting. Elo is coming out on the Domina for the defense here. Kindness, considering still what the hero will be. Maybe not the Mizuki here. Very interesting composition coming out. It is going to be the Mizuki. Kindness, gonna stick on that one. Karma gonna move over on to the Baptiste here. For the side of Dalgold, it is a dive. Pokemaster's gonna be over on the Winston for this one though, off of that Diva. Oh no, sorry, he was on the Winston for the defense. Sticking on the Winston for this one. Mira on the Widowmaker though. You can find the openings here. If you can have the space be created, an opportunity to win out, especially in this fight against the Ashe. And Mira has the Ashe in his sight lines. Oh, and he's got Kindness in his sights as well. Great opening pick here for Dalgold. Picking out one of those supports is probably the best case scenario you could hope for. TP from Lulu up onto that high ground, but it's going to immediately be forced out. And Midnight doing Tracer things has been moving that. Oh no! Moving that payload forward is going to be met with a couple of shotguns to stop that movement promptly, but there's still a lot of progress being gained on this part, and now Mira's going to be able to get set up on this high ground, and there really isn't anyone that's going to be able to access him, save for Lulu getting a TP up here. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Elo on this Domina to have a shield that's going to protect your team from this Widowmaker. Here's the TP in, Lulu. Looking for it. He's going to take away this Mega as well, but the grapple is going to be there. Pokemaster has to hide for a little bit. The thing about this Domina is that there is so much poke damage that comes in. It forces out a lot of cooldowns from that Slamsy. Oh my gosh, the monkey taking down the Lynch. You don't see that one every day, save for, I guess, more accurate. Yeah, unfortunately for Lulu, got a little too aggressive there. He did end up paying for it, and excellent bounce back here from the side of Dalgold. And able to tap up this first point. The headshot onto the Widow. Cinnamoroll getting a little revenge for Kindness here. Dalgold looking to push forward to take some space. They'd love to find some stagger kills here. Don't think that that is going to be the case. But I think that's Cinnamoroll catching a couple of right clicks from Pokemaster, but has the honor there to heal them up. And now everybody from BU White set up on this high ground. The Bomb and the Panopticon coming online to work with Pokemaster. Gonna have this Primal Rage and does have the Pulse Bomb. is on cart duty for now. So, going to be up to the rest of Dalhousie to try and find an opening here. Kitsune Rush out from Maria. Dal looking to start things out, but it is a pop in response here, which is going to prevent a lot of progress to move forward. Just a tiny little section of this Kitsune Rush for Dalhousie to work with here, but it's a nice patience here. Gonna wait out that Bob, and then it's the re-engage in. Kindness has the Kikai Sanctuary to work with. Trying not to have to use it. Pokemaster dives in. Midnight's gonna be the first blood on the side of Dalhousie. Lulu falling very, very low. He's gonna be taking down Maria with these headshots, but she does get punished for it. It's gonna be a headshot in return here, so it's just Carpin on the Lucio trying to keep this Dalhousie team alive and kicking. Beat in and connects onto Carp and Pokemaster. Here, the Primal Rage still going. He's looking to find a kill onto the Ash, but is getting crushed out. Lulu has this Blossom ready to go as well. If you are Pokemaster, you cannot stay up on that high ground. Kindness has been taken down with the Kikai Sanctuary. Not ready. Massive Panoptic on it. Connects onto 2. And it is going to be the Nano out as well. That Blossom did end up getting shut down. Actually, Lulu didn't find the value that they were looking for, but the Nano Domina is going to, well, dominate here. As it is going to be a 4K coming through. And Mira is running. He will be able to get out alive here. Excellent play there from Karma to keep this BU White team in this second point here of Gibraltar. And, of course, onto the Domina. Able to hit all those shots. That's, of course, very important as well when you get that Nano. Kikai Sanctuary still ready to go here for Kindness. That could be very impactful as Mira does have this overclock ready to go. Pokemaster trying to take some space here, but is met with a Reaper, and Carpin is going to end up falling early here, so it is going to be very, very difficult for Dalhousie to take any space right now. They're looking to maybe just have a hold here. Finding a trade would be very beneficial for them as well. Whoa, Mira. Very, very risky here. Sojourn would love to be able to kind of rotate up onto this high ground to use this overclock, but the problem is that high ground is on block courtesy of a Reaper, so it's really hard to take that in close space. Pressure from Dalhousie on the cart, and that pressure is going to allow for Mira to pull out this overclock. Finds one onto Kindness, who wasn't able to get that Kikai Sanctuary online. Oh, Mira is getting a very aggressive angle here. He is going to get punished for it, but he helps take down the tank here. No tanks for either side. It is a 2v2. Karma's nade, unfortunately, not connecting there. The beat ready to go here for Carpin. It is needed. There's the Kikai Sanctuary out, and that is going to be the beat in from Carpin. 3 members is what it connects onto, but Carpin immediately gets melted down. The positioning is there for the Ana on the side of BU White, and it's going to stave off this attack from Dalhousie. 1.5 minutes to work with here, and it really feels like BU White have this second point on lockdown here. Only committed that Kikai Sanctuary into the fight, so it is going to be the other 4 ultimates coming online here for BU White that they're going to have to use to try and hold this. Leading fortified. Kitsune Rush and a Pulse Bomb ready to go for the side of Dalhousie. Pulse in. Doesn't connect, but the damage is there, unfortunately for Dalhousie. It is the damage coming through from the side of BU White first. All this architecture makes it so tricky to navigate sometimes. It is going to be that long-range shot from the Domina onto Carpin. And Dalhousie have one more opportunity to try and push this cart through the second point. And of course, that's not the end. And once they get through the second point, they still need to get to the end of Gibraltar if they want to take us into overtime rounds to try and win this one. Rotation onto the high ground, but it is a massive anti-nade from Karma. Suzu is there from Maria. The Blossom ready to go here from Lulu, and gonna opt to just throw that right over onto the Lucio. The Nano, in the end, do a little extra damage here, and he's gonna push forward onto Maria. It is just Pokemaster alive in this fight. Maria has been forced out, and overtime about to start. It's one last touch here from Poke, but against the entirety of BU White is not going to come alive. We are going to map number 5 here as BU White pick up Watch Point Gibraltar and continue to pick up their map selection wins here.
Play of the game.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from the Domina. Fantastic Nano as well, of course. Really showing the power of this hero that maybe you don't expect to see over on these dive-centric maps, but like I said, as you move on to the different points of Gibraltar, that's where different comps are going to have a little bit stronger of a time here. And I think the way that BU White was playing that comp was really just kind of forcing the cart with the tank and allowing everybody else to get set up on that high ground. And the Domina does play fairly well into dive compositions. The thing about having those kind of more poke style tanks is that you're able to force out a lot of those resources from the dive before the dive can happen. And I do think that BU White did a fantastic job of forcing those resources and oftentimes also finding the initial kill through all of it too. So Dal Gold, when they were able to really get the tempo going in their favor, it really worked for them. But as soon as they got stalled out, unfortunately, were not able to kickstart that tempo. So map number 5. Of course, it's a map number 5. Trying to give Rain a heart attack over here and put on a nice show for everybody. I'm going to swap these sides so that my maps are not mixed up when I go to show you the map pool, because we know where we are going. It had to be a hybrid map to end things out here, of course. So it is going to be the map choice of Dal Gold. And Dal is going to be taking us to Eichenwald for our 5th and final map here. Alright. Now I should note here as well that Lijiang Tower was the map selection of BU White. So, now, we need to see Dal Gold win out on their map pick. That's what they have to do. This is it. End of the road here. Alright, it is going to be Dal Gold over on the defense first. So, well, it's like I predicted this swap coming through. Oh, no, wait, I'm gonna have to swap it again. Never mind. Me when I'm wrong. Alright, that's okay. I'll swap it right now, so that we will be ready once we head into the game. Now, of course, we are waiting for the bans. It is going to be Dal Gold that get to go for the first ban here. And again, can't ban anything that they have already banned out. So, there has been a Vendetta ban, a Venture ban. That's it. Brain's drawn a blank. Junker Queen ban. Can't remember what the what the ban was on Lijiang. Oh, and the Zarya ban. That's right. That's right. Dal Gold really going for those kind of heavy the Zarya ban. We didn't see Elo play a whole lot of Zarya, but anticipating that Lulu would be on the Vendetta makes sense here, but yeah, Zarya, Junker Queen, Vendetta Venture. So they won't be able to ban out any of those. Ah, here we go. It's going to be an Ashe ban coming through for the side of Dal Gold. Definitely interesting as we head into Eichenwald. There is going to be some long-range opportunities here, and do think that BU White put up a pretty strong Ashe there. I believe that was Cinema Roll over on the Ashe on Watchpoint Gibraltar. So, now, the responding ban is going to have to be a tank or a support ban here. And so far, it really has been BU White targeting out the supports. We have seen the Lucio ban, the Kiriko ban, the Jetpack Hat ban. So, yeah, 3 really going for the support bans. But it is not going to be a support ban for map number 5. It is going to be the Zarya band out here for the side of BU White. I'm going to update those in my in-game overlay, so we will not be having any Ashe, and we will be not be having any Zarya here. Alright, this is it. Map number 5. It all comes down to this. We are all tied up here. This is week number 4 of NECC. That is, of course, the National Esports Collegiate Conference. We are here in Division 4, Dalhousie Gold. tied up with BU White right now. It has been back and forth throughout this entire series. No, quite literally back and forth. It has been 1-1, 1-2, and then 2-2. So this is it. It is as close as it could possibly be. We are ready to head into Eichenwald. We're ready to close things out here. And now Dalhousie Gold looking to pick up their first win here in NECC.
Initiating match.
And all other hopes riding on Eichenwald. Dal Gold is going to be on the defense first here. No Zarya, no Ashe. I have to see what is Dal Gold going to lean towards. Anticipating a Lucio Kiriko backline.
Ready
Oh
for
my
battle.
goodness! Oh my goodness! Are they trolling me? No, they are not trolling me! Alright. We are cooking. Midnight over on the Emre. Mira, okay. Not gonna play the Torbjorn. Gonna go over onto the Tracer here. Carpton on this Jetpack Cat. This Jetpack Cat caused a lot of problems on Esperanza here for BU White. So, I mean, they might be able to make it work. Definitely gonna have to play careful here, especially if this is the comp that BU White are gonna walk out with. Lulu is, of course, back over on that vendetta. Has had a fantastic showing on this hero throughout the entire series. Cinema Roll is on the Bastion here. This is a lot of burst damage, so we'll see if Dal Gold is going to be able to withstand these engagements that come through. Lulu is going to swap over onto the Tracer, not on that vendetta, so it is going to be the Tracer v Lulu, or the Lulu v Mira kind of matchup here. Already, Nemesis form forced out here from Elo, but Midnight going to take a block ahead from Lulu, and the Emery's going to take it out, and it is going to be the chain that actually takes out Mira. So there's no DPS here for the side of Dal Gold. There's still Maria who's going to pick up that kill onto Lulu, but Poke and Maria not going to be able to stay in this fight, and that is pretty much just a walk-in here on the first point of Eichenwald. Looks like Dal want to come in for the recontest, and they find the Elim onto the Bastion. It's a great way to start things out. Now, the chain does catch up Mira, but he's going to be able to get the recall out, and what a recontest coming through here for Dal Gold. This is not often that we see a recontest when 2 ticks are already on the board here. Alright, Dal Gold. This is going to be a stabilization here, but 1 tick is needed here for BU White to cap up first point and start moving this payload forward. Lulu is going to move over onto that vendetta in the end, so off of the Tracer here. Looking for all the frontline damage to come through in this Bastion vendetta competition. The anti-nade comes out, connects onto Poke Master. Poke does have the Panopticon ready to go. Unfortunately, Mira not able to get behind the shield in time, and unfortunately for Midnight also going to end up falling here. Panopticon comes through. It does a big chunk of damage, but the follow-up not going to be there for the side of Dal Gold. And only 1 tick needed. That is going to be collected very quickly here for BU White. And a little bit of a stall out on first point, but it's still a very healthy time bank for BU White to work with as they rotate this payload forward. Dal Gold's going to get set up on the high ground. The override protocol is ready to go here for Midnight, and Mira's going to have this pulse bomb, but all the ults pretty much ready to go here on the side of BU White. They're pushing forward onto this high ground. Elo has to be careful, doesn't want to push too far forward. Lulu, though, not being as careful, and that shield from the Domina is going to block so much of that healing. Have to really respect that if you're pushing forward, because that, oh, Mira, no. Pokemaster watching the Tracer die to the Bastion down on the low ground. Now Mira is going to be able to get back into this fight fairly quickly. Oh my goodness, the poke damage coming through. Alright. Nearly 5 ultimates on the board here for BU White to work with. It is going to be Lulu building up to that Sundering Blade fairly quickly as well. Carpet has the catnap here. There are opportunities to go for environmental kill potentially here. I think especially with how much verticality is available, could be really nice for Dal Gold to work with. If you rush out, it is going to be a artillery strike in response. Doesn't quite find anything. The Nano has gone over onto Lulu though, and she's going to find something. Oh, goodbye to your tank. Carpen's gonna drop the Ramatra off the edge here, but is it gonna be enough for Dalgold to come back into things? Only the support's left alive for Gold. Wow. Maria is being absolutely hunted down here on the Kiro, running for her life. Does have Carpen alive to keep her healthy. Here, but is she gonna say, oh my goodness, Maria is just living on the edge of her seat. Carpen also very, very low. These supports need to stabilize here before we're gonna see a re-engage come through from Dalgold, and that does mean, of course, that Elo's gonna have time to get back into this. Bastion very low. Cinnamoroll is gonna be taken down here. Thundering Blade pulled out. Lulu looking for it. Has to pull early. Isn't able to charge all the way up, but does end up catching on Pokemaster, who's now trapped in a corner. Panopticon does connect on to the Ramatra, but the space and the damage is there. Guy Sanctuary committed. Now Midnight is going to pull out this override protocol. Finds the Ana, looking for a little bit more. Is going to try and target out that Mizuki, but the moves are there for Kindness, and Kindness is going to be able to stay alive in that. It's going to roll back in things as well. That form is going to take down the Emre, but Mira is still in this fight on the Tracer. Unfortunately for the rest of Dalgold, not a whole lot to try and stop this payload from moving forward.
The payload has reached.
That is going to be the second point capped up here for the side of BU White, and they're going to roll into third point with just over 3.5 minutes in the time bank. Swaps now coming through for the side of Dalgold as Pokemaster's going to move over on to the Ramatra. Annihilation ready to go here for the side of BU White. Cinnamoroll building up his artillery strike as well. Nemesis Storm out first here from Elo, looking to push forward, trying to force some cooldowns out potentially before going in with this Annihilation. Mira falling very, very low. The Tracer alive with a sliver of HP, and I spoke too soon. It is going to be the Tracer falling there. Artillery strike out from the Bastion, and it's going to be Annihilation layered on top of that, and it is stagger kills that are coming through here for the side of BU White. No, actually gonna get a little too aggressive. Nice time to be there from Maria, but she's met with a Nano Bastion. Kitsune Rush does come out though from the side of Gold. Are they gonna be able to make good on it? Pokemaster swapped over on to the Wrecking Ball to try and make something happen. They have to stay on the cart, and they will do just that in the nick of time. It's gonna be Dalgold stabilizing here on Eichenwald. Ooh, an interesting swap. Will it stick? Yes, it will. BU White are going to move over onto the Roadhog here. Pokemaster is still on this Wrecking Ball. Hope not quite connecting there for Elo. Mikai Sanctuary available. Sleep Dart not going to connect, but there's the hook and the chain. Oh no! All the CC and the beat not in time from Carpton. Nice Mikai Sanctuary to cancel out the protocol, and that is also another nice hook coming through from the Roadhog. Now somebody from the side of Dal needs to touch. It is not going to happen. The Roadhog swap! Oh my goodness, having an impact here, I think especially, when you see that Wrecking Ball come out here, the CC potential is just so high between the Ana and the Mizuki and the Roadhog, and unfortunately Pokemaster, I mean, swapped over onto that Wrecking Ball just to get the touch, so had to kind of stick on it for the next fight as well. It was a good read coming through from BU White to make that swap. 1 minute and 50 seconds here, setting a very clear precedent for what Dalgold needs to do to pick up this win. They gotta finish out Eichenwald. You gotta go all the way to the end. You want to have time in the bank. Goodness knows you don't want to play for a draw here. You do not want to play for a draw here. Alright. Defense. What is BU White going to show us? Elo coming out on the Sigma. Tracer still gonna stick with Cinnamoroll over on that Bastion. BU White has been doing a pretty good job following up on the timing of the form here from the Bastion. Ensuring that the damage that comes out from that Bastion is usually followed up with an LM. Maybe not from the Bastion himself, but somebody else can look to finish off that kill.
Defend objective A.
Alright. Jetpack Cat from Carpton. Midnight gonna show us a Bastion of his own. Mira over on to the Genji here, anticipating that that Bastion was gonna be in the mix potentially. Oh no! The Bastion in the sky! It's the Apache helicopter, but it is gonna be taken down here by Cinnamoroll. quirky here. Excellent sleep guard onto Maria, but the shield is there from Pokemaster to keep Yuriko alive, and Kindness does end up falling here. So with this better spawn, this faster spawn from the side of Dalgold, they really just need to withstand this engagement. They can't allow a trade to come through. Now, there is a kill on to the Jetpack Cat, but Carpton will get back before Karma does, and I mean, that is a pretty smart play here from the side of Dalgold. You don't really find necessarily any limbs with that Bastion helicopter, but you create a lot of space, and I think that there's like a little bit of a surprise factor into it as well. Midnight over onto the M right now off of that Bastion. Karma's gonna move over onto the Moira here. Pokemaster has gotten a taxi to the high ground, courtesy of the Cat, looking to find a follow-up kill, and it's a great stun onto Kindness there. Has to be careful though. Has to live out the Bastion forward, but is not gonna be able to do that. The Bastion just really melts down that Domina shield here, and a rock onto the Cat as well. If Pokemon has taught me anything, it's that rock is super effective against flying, so good stuff from Elo to find that weakness. Our artillery strike ready to go! Midnight finding a pick onto Lulu there. Still gonna be hard to access this high ground, and our Carpton unfortunately falling again to the Sigma. You can see Dalgold are just forced to wait out this Bastion form, and unfortunately you don't have a shield! You're trapped in a corner! And there is a Moira Orb coming your way. So with this this trade kill coming through from the side of BU White, it's gonna be Lulu moving over on to an M-Ray of their own. Elo is down on the low ground here now, does have this Gravitic Flux to work with. I anticipate we see that come in with the Bastion, but oh my goodness, the backline from the side of BU White has just been decimated here. Everybody on the side of Dalgold is quite low, but Mira finds another kill here, and that is going to get this payload moving through this second point here for the side of Dalgold. Pokemaster is here looking for a stagger kill. Have to be careful though, Dalgold is still quite split here. Panopticon connects on to 2. It is going to be the Bastion all coming out, actually kind of canceling out the Panopticon in a way. The trades come through. It is a 3 versus 3 here. The support is still alive for Dalgold, but this Bastion form very dangerous. It's going to get drugged into the pit from Carpton, but the Cat not really going to be able to do a whole lot more. I'm going to push the payload forward a little bit. The Mizumi actually does end up being forced out here, so more payload progress for Dalgold, as we can see the Cat coming back to find that taxi. BU White have stabilized here on the cart, and it is going to be Midnight trying to disrupt that stabilization. Has this override protocol. Carpton is going to find that headshot onto Lulu, and there's the damage from Midnight as well. Fantastic shots coming through, and it is forcing BU White to just back all the way up here. See this space. Allow this payload to keep pushing forward. Now, there are ults for the side of BU White to work with. So far, the tempo has just been incredible from the side of Dalgold, though. Here's the Riveting Flux coming in! It gets canceled out by the Domina! Now, though, it is going to be this override protocol coming through. The Kikai Sanctuary blocking a lot of damage here. Not going to find another limb aside from the Cat on the side of BU White with that override protocol, but Elo coming alive here on the Sigma does mean that they're going to stop the payload, find a team kill just before Dalgold is able to get that second point cap. 2 minutes in the time bank here for Dal to try and push the payload to the end of the second point. And once again, it's a taxi onto the high ground for Pokemaster. The kinetic grasp is not going to block that primary fire from the Domina. Oh, Maria taking so much damage. She has a scissors forced out, and Lulu's gonna find that final blow there. Actually finds a kill onto Midnight as well. So now Dalgold forced to back up here. This BU White are gonna get themselves set up on this high ground once again. Artillery strike ready to go here for Cinema Roll. Catnap and Panopticon, as you can see, Carpton trying to go up onto the high ground. The headshot comes through from Midnight. That's going to open things up here for this high ground control. Carpton has the Catnap ready to go, looking for it. Going to be the Panopticon to start things out, though. It is a fantastic Panopticon. Carpton getting very aggressive here on the Cat, and is going to be able to... Oh, nice little boot there from Pokemaster, sending Kindness into the pit, and That is exactly what Dal Gold needed. Here the 60 seconds carved in with the immediate 180 there. It is going to be the point capped up here. 2.5 minutes to work with here. But like I said, if you're Dal Gold, you need to try and finish this with time in the bank. Midnight has this override protocol ready to go. Want some of these cooldowns forced out of the Sigma before you really go in with it. Karma is going to have a Coalescence on the other side. This is an excellent point to use Coalescence. Ooh, Kindness actually got caught out a little bit on the edge there. And pick here from Carpton. So Karma going to have to commit this this Coalescence here just to try and find a trade and keep the heals alive. But Pokemaster again with the stun to cancel out an ultimate. Carpton does find the Capnat onto the Sigma and is going for the environmental kill. Doesn't quite find it though, so now it is going to be a little bit of a pinch that's coming through here. Nicely timed squeezes from Maria to keep Carpton alive. Lot of shields gained by that kinetic grasp, but not enough to stay alive here. The artillery strike was committed through that. Lulu has swapped over onto the Vendetta here. Immediately gets thrown into a wall here. Excellent Kinkai Sanctuary, but Midnight is going to walk right into that. Gets caught up in a chain, though, and that is going to be a stabilization here at the last moment from the side of the White. And now Mira going for the quick reset here. There is one more opportunity for Dal Gold. Push this payload into the third point. Try to put us into overtime rounds here. It's looking a little dire to finish with time. I can't lie to you. Gonna have to be a very, very strong push here from Dal Gold. Into the Gravitic Flux, ready to go from Elo. A lot of poke damage coming through. Pokemaster trying to build up. Oh, to this Panopticon. Throws it in. It is a massive Panopticon. Need to have the follow-up damage come through, though. Does end up breaking, but no kills coming through from it. The Gravitic Flux out from the Sigma. Susan is there from Maria, but the rock follow-up is fantastic from BU White. Quick reset here, and is Dal Gold going to have the touch? Carpton on the Lucio here, taxiing Midnight. Is going to taxi the rest of the team as well. Pokemaster has to swap over onto the Wrecking Ball to try and get this touch. Now, Cinema Roll is over on the Reaper here. Karma has his Coalescence ready to go. It is going to be the overtime, triggered here by the Wrecking Ball. Coalescence in the backline. Karma very aggressive with that one, but it's not going to pay off. Does get melted down, but did take a lot of attention away from the front line here. Dal Gold are falling to pieces, and unfortunately, with the Death Blossom from Cinema Roll, that is going to shut down this push. Overtime gone. Dal Gold denied the win here. Impressive stuff from BU White, really to lock down this third point of Eichenwald. Such a back and forth match between these teams. So stressful for me to watch. Oh my goodness. Very unfortunate that Dal is not able to pick up the win here, but seriously impressive stuff coming out from this team. I'm always so proud of them despite whatever the score line is. I love to see the creativity that came through, whether it was the Symmetra TPs on Lijiang Tower, or the flying high noons, or the taxis of that Domina up onto the high ground on Eichenwald. Honestly, very, very tough loss here for Dal, but a really impressive showing. So congratulations to BU White on winning this one out. What a series to get to cast. I pretty much have no voice left, but thank you so much to everybody that tuned in to check out this series, to cheer for Dal Gold, and to support me as we do these co-streams. It was fun to get to do one of the NECC streams for sure. Now, I do have more matches that are going to be coming your guys' way tomorrow. So let me update this a little bit here, and then I can show you what I have. So tomorrow I am going to be having Western University. We're going to be heading back over to CCL as well. So we're going to have Western University versus the Waterloo Warriors. That's going to be happening at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then it's a double header on Saturday. I'm super excited for this one. It's going to be SFU Capybaras versus CESU Red on 11 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So make sure that you tune in for those matches. It's definitely going to be super fun one. We've gotten the chance to see actually all 4 of those teams, I do believe, on the stream already. So excited to get back into some CCL action tomorrow. But that has been it for tonight. So thank you again so much to everybody for joining. I hope you have a great night, and I hope that I get to see you again tomorrow for some of that Canadian Collegiate League. So have a good night.